Welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and joining me in the studio now is Vanessa Hughes, who is the Executive Director of the Larry Hughes Foundation. So Vanessa, welcome to STL TV. Tell us about the Larry Hughes Foundation. Who's Larry?
Thanks for having me, first of all. Larry Hughes Foundation is a nonprofit organization. It was started by our family in August of 2000. It was a brainstorm of kind of like what I went through as a single parent. I had a child who was born with a heart defect, and during the time that I was struggling financially to pay my bills because of his illness and I was unable to work, I had no one that I can turn to say, well, how do I get my gas bill paid, or I've been at the hospital all day and I can't pay this, or I don't have money. And there was no organization. So when we were blessed enough that Larry Hughes, who is my oldest son, is a professional basketball player, and he went into the league in 1998. So when he went into the NBA, a couple of years later, I decided to start the foundation.
So Larry's name provides the name for the organization, and you were a struggling single mom with a little boy with a heart problem. So what happened then? So
basically what was going on, and it was kind of like using both of their names for the cause. The cause was for Justin and the name was for Larry. And I kind of used his name because people wouldn't know who Vanessa Hughes was, and because I was always, are you Larry Hughes' mom? So I figured I'd hide behind his name and make it happen. And that's kind of like where I was kind of like the middle person of trying to find out if there was ways, because I thought, how cool would it be for a family to pick up the phone and call me directly and say, can you help me? And I'd be able to say yes. That's an awesome feeling.
And you had wanted to be able to make that same kind of phone call to somebody, and there was nobody.
Right. So it's in the years that we've been operating, that's the glory of just talking to families who have either donated organs or whose children are waiting to be transplanted. And we've done tires for people who live outside of Missouri that need to get to Missouri to the hospitals and couldn't afford to put tires on their vans. So it's just the stories that you hear that give you, the motivation and the drive to keep moving.
So how many families are you helping now?
We have probably, since we've been in existence, probably about 65, 70 families. Some families are repeat families, and there are various items that they need help with, such as Laclede gas, Amarin, rent, mortgages, all sorts of things that people need help with.
So how did you personally find the strength when you were taking care of your little boy who was sick? You have other children, obviously, who are busy in their lives. Where did you find the strength and the time to start an organization?
Basically, it was a matter of need. It was something that I needed to do because, again, we were blessed financially, put in a situation. And for me, it was taught to me a long time ago that there was a man who helped me out greatly, an older man that was kind of like, I would always call him and say, hey, what should I do? And financially, he helped me with things that I needed help with. And when Larry went into the league, I asked him, I said, what can I do for someone else? What can I do for you? Is there anything I can do? And he said, the only thing that you can do for me is if someone else is in need, help them. So that's kind of like how I have lived my future, and grieving and mourning and getting over and being able to survive the loss of my youngest son it helps me to be able to help other people.
So Justin lived until what age?
Justin lived a wonderful life up until he was 20 years old. He was born with a heart defect. He had a few surgeries. He received his heart when he was 11, and he lived until he was 20. His body started rejecting the heart, but he lived a normal life. He was driving cars and dating and he went to prom. He graduated from high school. So with that gift of someone donating a heart for him, we were able to see him live.
Yeah, what a wonderful testimony. And we're going to take a break right now. Okay. But when we come back, we're going to hear more about what you're doing for the community and how the community can get involved.
Sounds great.
So remember to keep up with STL TV and all the great events going on around St. Louis. Friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can always watch us streaming live on stltv.net. And we'll be back with Vanessa and more after this.